Today we're going to be talking about some of my old sketchbooks. Stuff that I did back from high school, back from 2011, and different projects that I worked on while in school and taking graphic design class. So, let's start off. I guess we can start off with some of our basics. This one here. This was just something that we did in graphic design class, which was my junior year. And this was around what? 2000, maybe 10 or so. This was one of the projects I worked on, just basically learning how to sketch animals, cartoons, different things like that. This was one of the ones that we worked on based on how well we could sketch. That one is that. I forgot this lion's name. If anyone remembers, drop it in the comments because I can't remember it at all. And this one here, this was, I think, like a superhero type of deal. Basically, this was just meant for how to sketch anatomy and different things like that. We had a big project that we worked on with a superhero, and it was important to know how to draw a face. So we drew this, and this was another practice piece. And what my teacher would do is he would put this image up in front of the class, and we had our own little work areas, and we just would sketch. We would sketch for maybe an hour or so. And the class went by so fast because it was fun. It was a graphic design class. So all of the heavy foundations was basically in sketching first. So you wanted to make sure that your sketches were great before you actually went in and did your graphic design work. So yeah, that's what this one was. I can't remember if she's supposed to be a superhero or what, but yeah, that's what that one is. And this one is from 2010 as well. Wow. Hopefully you all can see this well on the camera. This is my homeless man sketch. And it's a little bent up. I hate that it's all bent up like this. But we were basically practicing on like this really thin paper, which is meant to draw layers in. This was my first time using this, so I wasn't used to it. But as you can see, it kind of flips. Let's see if I can do this. It flips backwards. So that's how it looks under there. And under here, I guess it's just nothing. So I don't know why we never finished this. I probably should finish it. But this was just another practice sketch, once again, and from 2010. It's just a homeless man, like a little cartoon type of situation. But here we had to draw the details of the nose. And that's what my teacher really wanted us to focus on, was getting those details from the nose out there so that it could, you know, look a little bit realistic. But I wasn't there yet. I'm still not the best at realism, honestly, but this was like my first, how do I put it? This was like my first attempt at realism with the little pores in the nose that was just like 3D. I really enjoyed this. I wish we had a chance to finish it, but I think we had ran out of time or something like that. But yeah, this was a good one to do. And it's just a homeless crazy man. He looks a little crazy. But this was one of the ones I like to keep because it takes me back. I should start using this paper again. It's fun to use, but very different. And I'm not gonna show that one next. Let's show this one. This is just like, apparently it's a cheetah. This is actually laminated. This I did not do in my graphic design class. I did this in I believe it was my senior year, which was around 2011. I did this in, it was just a regular art class. So basically we had to take dots and little pen marks. We were able to sketch it. So we sketched out a cheetah and then we used the dot method. It might be a different method for it, but we pretty much just dotted in every little detail. We took small dots, we took larger scale dots and things like that, and we just kind of dotted it and made a cheetah. And that was the whole point of this project. This one was just basically to work on how to use a pen and the things that you can do with a pen. And I like it, but I wish I had did the nose better. But all of these, like in the eyes, these are like small dots, even around the ears. And the rest we didn't need dots for. This is just like line work. You just sketch down over and over again, and over and over again, and you get that. But yeah, this was kind of cool because it was my first animal that I did. And it was fun and all, but I wasn't that impressed with it. But I kept it because it was a different technique used, and I just wanted to have that reference if I went back and used the dot method. How would I do it, and what did I learn in class? So yeah, this is the cheetah, and it's just ink. It's just pen and maybe like a little sketches. I think I used a grid to create up under here so it could have obviously the right anatomy, but that's pretty much it. Just pencil and pen, and then it's laminated. This one I also did in the same art class that I did the cheetah in. This one was done in pastel, color pencil, and charcoal. So there's a mixture of things going on. Oh, and also ink. And obviously I sketched it with a pencil. So this, all of the little white specks here, this is more, that's just white charcoal that I used to bring out the fur. But we did this one as a big project just to do an animal. In my other art class, it was just traditional art. We used to do a lot of animals. And that was the thing here. We wanted to focus on an animal, and this was one of the images that we had to draw. This is not something that I chose to draw. This was just part of a project. And from my understanding, obviously we have a cub, and then we have, I guess, the mom in the back. But I don't know what the challenge here was. The challenge for me was actually making the cub look separate from the mom. That overall was very hard to do for me. The eyes were easy to do. They're just like a little glossy eye. I've always was pretty decent at eyes. I guess even back then. I don't know what happened with the cub's eyes, but we had to figure out how to do fur. We needed to figure out all of that stuff. This project was mainly based on how to create animals, and it was a little out of my element because I'm not used to drawing animals in general. I think I've only drawn probably these two animals that I've showed you, and this one coming up. I guess you could say he's another animal. Obviously he's a bear. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was one of the ones that I drew in my graphic design class. And again, around the same 2010-ish time back in high school. This one was simple. It was easy. You start off with a round stomach. You get another round, another circular here. It's all circles. His head, and then you put the nose and stuff. And I wish we had colored these. That would have been so cool, but they were just sketches. All of it was just practice sketches that we did in our graphic design class. It basically led us into that foundational thing that we needed to do these sketches. And that was it. That was the main purpose of it. Now we get into some of my random sketches. Ooh, you know what? Let's do these. So these sketches were, I should have started with these first. These sketches were some of the ones that I worked on. And that's probably, I wonder if that's crooked. Let's start with one first. These sketches were some of the ones that I used to work on because I really wanted to be a fashion designer. I used to draw these tiny little figures. I mean, they're super small. And I would put dresses on them and do like a fashion design thing. I wanted to be a fashion designer because I knew I loved creating things. And I just would draw fashion over and over. Like, ooh, I like this dress, that dress. And I drew my figures. I would put the dresses on them and kind of give them like a little detail, maybe trademark them. And that was it. My cousin and I used to do these a lot. He probably won't see this video, but yeah, we used to do these a lot. This was something I did on my own though. And what does that say? Apparently I had sheer siding on this, but I loved fashion. I still do actually, but kind of got away from it a bit. But yeah, this was way before I started any drawing school. May have even been 09. I mean, this one is an old one. Very, very old. And here's another one. This is where I kind of got into my groove. I love drawing street clothes. So we had all of these different poses going on, different fashion, obviously the high heels, the hoodies, and different things like that. This is kind of how I would want to dress myself. This type of stuff. But it was just a lineup of figures. And if you look closely, I was horrible at hands. I'm still not the best at hands. But I would just kind of sketch a little bit of the hands. But I love drawing the clothing. And yeah, that's what that was. It might have been like a Harajuku type style I was going for. She's got some faces on the hoodie though. That's crazy. This was something I did when I got out of school, I believe. It was basically a stencil. Not a stencil, because I created this by hand. I sketched it and I just slowly used my pen to kind of stencil it in. These are 2 hummingbirds here. And then you got your orchid flower and a few roses in there. And this was used from a bunch of references that I found online. So my cousin wanted hummingbirds and she wanted roses and orchids. And looks like a carnation here. And she just wanted a tattoo. So I was like, okay. I would draw her tattoo for her. And I never got a chance to give it to her. I wish she had gotten a chance to have it, but I love it. I think she ended up going with a different tattoo, but this was one of my favorites. I love the flower arrangement, and the hummingbirds were so cute. I might just color this myself. All right, let's get into some of the the other things that I used to draw. So we got her here. Maybe somebody that I picked up from a magazine. She's got a lot of feathers going on here. And this was just one of the ones that I didn't finish, but this is way after graphic design and the art class that I took in high school. Way after that, I just was drawing consistently. And there's nothing on the back. And she's one of the ones. I might finish her. We'll see. She was fun to draw, but I wish I would finish some of these. This one, apparently I used one of Lil Wayne's quotes. This is Lil Wayne. I had never drawn him before. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I could draw him. I chose this picture, which was like a reflection in his glasses. I ended up making my own little city in there, apparently. And I just kind of took this and reflected it over here. I was going to draw his glasses, obviously shade him in, and do a really cool photo of him. But I got bored with this and I just never finished it. I moved on to something else. And that's my thing. Like with these big projects, it's kind of hard to stick to something that I want to do. I don't know if I will ever finish this one though. But it was actually, it was okay to work on. At least it's very small. As you can see, my hand is here. This one was a small one. So at least it was tiny. And I didn't waste a bunch of paper like some of the stuff I do. But, and speaking of Lil Wayne, I'm going to show you these. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan. Apparently my cat is making noises. Mosley. He might be close to throwing up a hairball. Let me cut this out. I think he wanted to throw up a hairball, but I don't know. He just went about his day. But let's see. This one was, I didn't have an obsession with Nicki Minaj, but I just liked her pink bubbliness. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw Nicki Minaj. This one is more of a cartoon look. And this one's fine. Again, I wasn't the best with hands. But yeah, I drew her hair. Are you okay, sir? Okay. My cat is hacking up. Might be a hairball or something he ate off the floor. Probably a feather. He looks okay though. Okay. I just really liked her pinkness. I liked the hoodie that she had on. I wasn't good at drawing hands. As you can see, these hands are way too small compared to her head. And even these hands are small. But I think it looks like her at least. This was after high school. I was drawing a lot. And one of the things that I wanted to draw was just practicing on celebrities. Now, I never even posted these. No one has seen them before besides my family. But yeah, this was something that was very fun to me. And I just wanted to practice and get those bubbly colors. I like pink and blues and those pop of colors. So this was cute. It was fun to draw. And you're probably like the first people to see this. Oh, wow. This is so weird. And this was back in maybe 2000, might have been 2013. Something's on the back of this. And this is another tattoo that I drew for someone that never got the tattoo. So this was the upper part of the shoulder and this was the forearm. They just wanted this sleeve and they wanted all of this stuff included in it. So I decided to create all of this stuff and actually give detail in there too. And there's always people that, you know, they find out that you draw and they want you to draw something for them and then they just don't want it anymore. And this was pretty much all of the stuff that I drew for him. You know? It got a little dark. Maybe that's why he didn't want it. You have the heavens here. And then you have all your passions and lust down here. And then as it goes down, oh, you have death and grievance here. As you go down, you have a female down here again. This is God's eye looking over a woman. And over here, this was the rest of the lady's face. So what I did was kind of drew on this, but I connected this to this so it folds out like a full sheet. And his birthday, he was Scorpio, so we have that there. And then you got the skulls and you got the darkness down here. So it's basically like heaven, earth, and hell all in between. And then you got all of your sins and different things like that. And part of your characteristics. And that's what this was about, pretty much. It was just telling the stories between heaven, earth, and hell. And it was as simple as that. But I liked it enough to keep it in my portfolio because I didn't just want to throw it away. I spent a lot of time on it, and it wasn't easy to draw, but I did enjoy it. So yeah, if anyone wants a sleeve, maybe they can use this idea and at least someone will have it, or maybe not. It all depends on you. Moving on to this one. This I did out of high school, and the main focus here was just on more realism. Obviously, it's not the most realist looking thing ever, and it's not perfect, but it was one of my favorites because it was nice and simple and elegant, and it's something that I would probably hang up on my wall, and I love it. I enjoy doing this one. I love doing the eyes and everything in between. Now for me, I will probably go back in and enhance these eyes a little bit just to have more of a twinkle in them, or more of a light pop. Just bring out a little more of the soul in those eyes. So I can rework these. This is, as you can see, I spray it. I spray all of these. This is just a charcoal drawing. And this one was probably done when I was in, I had probably just started college around this time, and I still was drawing. And I didn't put down my pencil yet, but there I came to a point where people wanted me to draw different things for them. They would have me do portraits. Some people would go ahead and pay for the portraits because they loved them. Every time I would tell people I draw, I show pictures of my drawings. Oh, well, can you draw this for me? Oh, well, can you draw that for me? I would draw it for them, and they just got bored. Like, this is even me showing like updates on the drawing itself, and they say, oh, well, I really like it. Yeah, I like it. It looks good. And then when it came to actually buying the piece, they wouldn't buy it. So I would be stuck with a portrait, but that's not the case here. This was supposed to be Iggy, I think. Or no, not Iggy, Twiggy. Sorry about that. It was supposed to be a model, Twiggy, and obviously the face doesn't look just like her here, but it was a good way to practice. She's a fashion icon. I love fashion. So this one was basically for that reason. And hopefully you can see, hopefully it's not too far off camera here, but yeah, that's what that one was. And I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. I'm actually selling this one in my shop as a print just because I love her soulful eyes. Now let's fast forward to my anime days, and hopefully you can see this. Gyoko. This was one of the projects I recently had worked on, and this was from 2000. This was from this year, I believe. I drew this because I was going to do a story based on Gyoko and I think Muzan, and he was part of it, obviously. I don't think I ever got a chance to do the story because I got discouraged, but I just love this. I love the detail. I love the pen work. I love the charcoal work, and I love the pastel. This is all pastel. And as you can see, I sprayed it. Sprayed them down. And yeah, that's Gyoko. That's one of my recent ones. And I guess I can show, you guys probably seen this one before. It's another recent one. I don't know what I was doing there, but this is another recent one that I have to cut and spray. She's not sprayed yet. This is Coco from Witch Hat Atelier. And I had to draw this. I wish I could, I probably won't add color to her. I wish I had did it in color though, because I feel like it would have popped more. But the charcoal alone is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I just love it. This is something I wish I had done on a bigger scale because I really want to hang her up. I like the look of, you know, determination in her eye. And you can't really see her little sidekick hanging around right here. I might make them a little fuzzy or kind of make them pop out a little bit more. especially because it's not sprayed yet. I can still draw and work on this one. And this one, maybe I should put this way. This one is, I forgot her name, but she's from Witch Hat too. She's the one that's always giving Coco a hard time. I almost had her name too. Agat, that's what it is. Agat, that's who this one is. So I decided to do like a colorful background for her and do like an eye pop situation. I don't know if you can see the colors in her eyes, but this I wanted to do because of the hands, the perspective, and it looked cool. So I just wanted to draw her. I should probably do some of the other characters, but this one was from this year and super fun to draw. And that's that. I love that show, by the way. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's not everything, but I don't know if you guys like these videos or what, but let me know if you like these types of videos. I would have stayed with you and showed you my entire collection if I can, but I don't want to take up more of your time, especially if you made it this far. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate the 100 subs that decided to hang around for my content. I'm hoping I can make better videos for you. You guys got to let me know what you're into. Do you like these old videos or do you like these videos of old sketchbooks and old projects? Or would you prefer to see something newer, some fan art, original character type of stuff, art challenges? You got to let me know. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. I have to go check on my cat now.